As Hope Week begins today, just your thoughts. Players are raving about today's experience already, the effect it has not only in the community but in your clubhouse.
Baseball's extremely important to all of us. It's what we do. It's what we love. It's how we make our living and take care of our families. But to me, one of the most important things we can do in life is to give people hope. And you've heard my story before. I've lived it firsthand, where I thought my mother had hoped to see certain things in her life before she passed away. And she was given 6 months and lived 6 years, and I really believe it was because of hope. And ever since that day, I've always felt that it is our responsibility as people to give people hope.
So when one of your players like Nick Swisher just says it puts everything in perspective a day like this, you understand completely what he's talking about, and you believe it's important for professional athletes to experience that.
I do. I think it's important for everyone to experience it. I think it's our duty as a country, as a world, to help others. And I love that our players go through this, because you can be going through a good time as a player or a bad time as a player, and you realize that some of the obstacles that others have to overcome are so much greater than what we're trying to overcome. Whether you're in an 0 for 10 slump, or you haven't won a start in a couple of times, or you gave up a few runs and we lost a game, you realize that there's so much more to life than what we do.
I guess that's why I said professional athletes show, because
Yes.
it's the thought that to whom much is given,
Yes.
much is expected, and this week that seems to be almost a theme.
Yeah, I agree. I think that as professional athletes, we're extremely fortunate because, I don't know what the number is, but so many of us had a dream to be in this position, and we are fortunate enough to be able to experience it. And there are a lot of little kids that dream of being professional baseball players and never reach that. So I think we have been given a great opportunity, a great platform to do certain things, and I think it's important that we reach out to others. You want to ask about Freddie? Go ahead. Well, you got the microphone. Go ahead.
Joe, for all the talk about, if you trade for a starter and should you trade for a starter, if you look at what Freddie's done and his numbers and actually see his outings, and don't look at the velocity or the strikeouts necessarily, it would be hard for you to ask much more of a pitcher besides CeCe than what he's giving you, wouldn't it?
I agree. What Freddie has given us has been tremendous. I mean, let's just take an example of his last start, Price versus Freddie, and Freddie shut him down. I mean, Freddie has had the ability all year long to find a way to get out of jams, to make the big pitches when he has to. Everyone's going to give up base runners. It's what you do when those base runners are on that usually make or break you as a pitcher. And Freddie has been excellent. I don't know how you could ask any more from him.
As much as we assign this quality to CeCe, and rightly so, that he doesn't fluster, I'm not sure Garcia has really shown those signs either this year, has he?
No, he hasn't. And I think that probably goes to Freddie was an ace. An ace for a long time. And I think Freddie understood what his responsibility was and probably relished that responsibility. And I think the confidence that he gained through all the success he had has probably helped him in those situations.
Is there a trap set kind of for playing a team that's lost 15 in a row?
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, because obviously you got to believe that they're going to be playing extremely hard, because the motivation to end this streak. It's going to be a team that I think is excited to play here as well. They have some young kids on their club that I think will be excited to be. So I would throw out that they've lost 15 in a row.